You win!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is RSD.WrathTheFurious, also known as Deep Radio Voice. And today I have the honor of interviewing MD.Luffy. So let's call him and let's just ask him a few things about EVO, how to pick up the game from a mid-level, you know, because we all know EVO is a very prestigious tournament. And it's a pretty cutthroat tournament, so let's delve into the mindset of a top player of the 2014 Ultra Street Fighter 4 EVO champion. Let's call him.
Hello.
MD.Luffy, it's an honor to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How are you feeling?
Feeling fine, I'm okay. Just came back from work.
Wow. Well, yeah, it's actually very weird. It's rare to see people combining high-level Street Fighter with a daytime job. So respect for that.
Thank you very much.
So first of all, I'd like to congratulations on, of course, winning EVO 2014. But also winning DreamHack Valencia right after that. 2 cutthroat tournaments. So hats off to you, MD.Luffy.
Thank you. It was actually hard to win both and to take up the jet lag from coming from Vegas to Valencia.
Right, I can imagine. I mean, it is a big time difference. So, could you describe your mindset a bit? I mean, just what goes on in your head as soon as you enter the EVO hotel and you know, like, okay, it's a long road to top 8.
Before going to play to EVO, I was actually thinking to do my best to be in the top 8 because never any European went to top 8, and last year I did top 17, and so this year I wanted to do better.
Right. So you just wanted to perform. You wanted to show people that Europe can play Street Fighter and we can compete at a high level.
Yeah, I do.
Were there any people you absolutely did not want to play against at EVO?
Gamer B. Because he played Aidon and he know that the matchup is really hard for Rose. And Tokido. I didn't want to play against him, but I had to.
You had to.
I had to. And there is a fact that he lost actually to Snake Eye, Tokido, and I lost to Xian, so I had to play against Tokido.
Right.
Yeah, so it's actually bad luck for me.
Yeah.
But it came out well because I beat him, and it was my first time beating him in the tournament. So I'm pretty happy about this.
I can imagine. Good stuff. Speaking of Snake Eyes, it is a matchup that we actually rarely see, Rose versus Zangief. Could you tell us a bit about your view of the matchup?
Yeah, apart from what people are saying, they are all saying Rose got the advantage of Zangief, but I don't think so, because the buff feel in Ultra for Zangief, like the light hand, the green hand light punch, which is a very good option for Zangief. And every time Rose is throwing a fireball or Rose is throwing a hard kick to poke, she is actually taking a big risk, as Zangief can just stand light punch and stand light kick, option select with EX green hand. So me, if I hit him, I do like 100 damage or 200. But if he hits me, he take it like 250. And he take the mix up behind.
Exactly.
So I actually think every time I push a button, I take more risk than him actually. And if you consider that he have a lot of life, he really has the time to make a big comeback.
That is true.
Which my character can't.
Exactly. So knowing those things, knowing that Guy versus Rose is actually a matchup that is more in favor of Zangief, what did you think made you beat Snake Eyes? I mean, Snake Eyes is hailed as more or less the best Guy around.
I actually think when you watch the last round between me and Snake Eye,
Mm-hmm.
he had like a 50% life lead.
Mm-hmm.
But he took all this advantage and he took a lot of sweep and throw,
Mm-hmm.
which he never took before. Like before, he was very careful.
Right.
He never took any like big shot like this,
Mm-hmm.
because like in the last round, after I took 50% of life, uh, I think he took like four sweep, some dash throw
Right.
that he didn't took before. So
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe he got hit by some pressure or something.
Right.
I think it really helped me at this time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at Snake Eyes' gameplay, I mean, how I see it is he's a player that actually rarely feels pressure. So you must have been really intimidating, or he must have been really scared of you for him to crack like that.
Yeah, I am. I was. Yeah.
So that concludes Snake Eyes versus Rose. Let's talk a bit about DreamHack Valencia. I mean, during Evo 2013 or after that, you were quoted as saying that Ryan Hart actually performs better in the Sagat versus Rose matchup than Bonchan, who you
Yes.
defeated to get first place.
Mm-hmm.
But at DreamHack Valencia, you actually convincingly beat him in grand finals. So could you explain how that happened?
Actually, when I had to play against Bonchan,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan have gave me a really important advice
Uh-huh.
on the Sagat matchup. He said, at the start of the round, just stay back, and if Sagat does tiger shot, just reflect it, absorb
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
After you have absorbed a lot of, after you have a lot of meter,
Yeah.
just focus backdash, so you can build ultra.
Yeah.
So, and once I have both ultra and super, I can begin to become very more scary.
Right, right, right.
So against Bonchan I did that, and
Mm-hmm.
against Ryan Hart I did that as well.
So
And
you,
so it's like he gave me the key for to beat him.
yeah, that wasn't too smart on Ryan's part. I mean, you actually just used his own advice against him.
Yeah. Actually, he even did like a tweet or Facebook message like,
Mhm.
okay, I gave Luffy the key about this matchup. Is it bad or is it good? Yeah,
Well, it turned out bad, as you can see.
yeah, bad for him, but good for me.
Yeah. Poor Ryan, poor Ryan. So yeah, that's two convincing wins. You cemented yourself as at that moment the best Street Fighter player in the world. And looking at your track record, I mean, there's a lot of amazing players you had to beat, so you definitely earned that win.
Yeah.
Outside of Evo, what are your goals for this year?
Outside of Evo, I would really like to be invited in some Topanga League in
Mm-hmm.
Japan, because Topanga is really a different format.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like best of three game, best of five game. It's really first to seven,
Right, right. Long
then
sets.
too much to decide if there is a draw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a round robin, so you have to play everyone,
Right, right,
which
right.
is actually really good to see who is the best player, because in tournament you must have some kind of luck depending of your bracket.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
you can say, if in my poll I had maybe Gamer B, Infiltration or Dago, or the three of them, maybe I
Yeah,
can lose. You never know.
indeed.
But in Topanga, you are like 8 or 10 player, and you have to play everyone. There is no luck involved in
Exactly.
that.
It's pure skill.
Yeah, it's pure skill, and this format is actually not in my benefit, as my character is Rose. She
Mm-hmm.
isn't like a very top tier character.
Mm-hmm.
She in long set she isn't very strong in the game.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a very good test for me.
Indeed, indeed. Well, as you described that, I'm actually curious to see if they'll actually invite you, because I'm hype. I'm hyped to see you travel to Japan and just prove. I mean, how I feel. There has only been one person that has win Evo in Street Fighter 4 multiple times, and that's Mr. Umehara himself. and
Yeah, he
every
won like two
he,
or three times, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, he won like 2009 and 2010.
Yeah,
So
but
what I like to see is that somebody wins Evo and just stays on top of the rest.
yeah, I would like to. And I won't discredit Dago, but when he won Evo in 2009 and 2010, the game wasn't that popular.
True.
There wasn't that many players. There wasn't like 50 Japanese entrant.
Indeed.
Yeah, there was like only him maybe, and
Hmm.
American player which were kind of behind the knowledge of the game at this time.
Hmm.
So I
True.
think it was more easy to win Evo at that time than now.
Yeah.
Now or last year was very hard also,
Yeah.
and I think next year will be also very hard to win.
Indeed, indeed. I can certainly see your point. I can certainly see your point. Okay, this might be a weird question. But bear with me. What do you think people hate most about Rose? I mean, the character
Backdash.
does get a lot. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, the character does get a lot of complaints.
Yeah, they are always saying the backdash is very strong, but it's a game where you can option select everything.
Exactly.
And there is actually a risk when you do a backdash is
Hmm.
you go to the corner faster.
Exactly.
If I do a backdash 2 or 3 times, I'm very near to the corner, so I have to take risk like a dash forward throw or something
Right.
to change the position with my opponent.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
So yeah, backdash is of course a good defensive weapon,
Hmm.
but I think it's not a good positioning weapon.
Yeah, I certainly see your point. I mean, it is true that you do like three backdashes and you're either in the corner or almost in the corner. So you have
Yeah,
to start moving forward again, and your opponent can just down back and wait for you in that
yeah,
case.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Now, as usual, when an underplayed character wins Evo, everybody starts playing that character.
yeah.
So, what do you think about all these newcomers trying to play Rose?
Yeah, it's actually cool to see that you are the player which encourage everyone to play your character.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of glory or something,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's fun because myself I don't even know the Rose matchup because I never play against Rose. So maybe I can get some kind of experience against this character as well. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, actually, it's good for the game for the diversity of the character. Because I think people got bored of seeing every time Saga, Takuma, Kami, Doom
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, you can see more Rose, maybe more gain from last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hope next year maybe El Fuerte will win, so more El Fuerte as well.
Yeah, I'm actually not too fond of El Fuerte, but yeah, I like to see him win an Evo. I mean, a good El Fuerte is a good El Fuerte. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, I have another question for you, Mr. Luffy. Obviously, everybody like started at one point. Everybody sucked, and people slowly get better. But how do you make the jump from like mediocre to top level? I mean, what did you do to make the jump from like an average player to a very good player?
I entered a lot of tournament to get to play in a competitive environment
Mm-hmm.
and to play against the stress because many players get very stressed when they got in top 8 or in finals. So I'm kind of used to that.
Mm-hmm.
I play a lot in training room when I see something really weird or something I want to try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of medium skill player always want to play on online or offline, just
Right.
play against someone.
Mm-hmm.
But when you play against the Doomy, you can test a lot of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I think if you spend like 2 hours playing against the Doomy, you can really get better alone.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Also, I watch a lot of videos from Rose videos or not.
Mm-hmm.
I can spend like 1 hour to watch a matchup like Ryu against Gen
Right.
or Akuma against Akan. I can watch
Mm-hmm.
everything because you can see what the character can do against this particular matchup,
Right.
and you have to think, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
can my character do that or not, and
Right.
can what can my character do if I had this? Also, you can find a lot of solution even
Yeah,
if you don't watch your character.
indeed, indeed, indeed. Like the new players have a tendency. I mean, people like you. I feel that people from that started the game in 2009, like when the game came out, they can do a lot of things on their own. But the new players, they want to be spoon fed. They want people to tell them like everything about the game. They don't feel like learning a lot. They
Yeah,
want people to tell
yeah,
them this is this, this is that. You know, this is all you have to know. So I definitely respect your grind, and a lot
yeah.
of people
Actually,
should
if
do
you,
that.
yeah, it's like a GPS. When you took on the GPS, you just follow the road, but you
Mm-hmm.
never get to learn it to next because when before you are just watching a map. I think if next time you want to go to the same place, you can go because you watch the map once, so
Right.
you remember it. And when you look at the GPS, you never know. You have to look every time the GPS.
Exactly.
It's the same.
That's a very good example. Actually, that's a very good example. That one's stolen. That one's stolen. That is a very good example. I'm gonna tell all the Dutch scrubs or scrubs all across the world. That's a good example. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Luffy, is there anything you want to say to the viewers?
Yeah, I would say like really thank you for your support. I really like when people send me like message on Twitter or Facebook, because when I travel in a very far tournament, when I read the message, even it's like just a GG or something, it's really feel like it's really encouraging for me.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to dedicate my win to the European committee,
Thank you.
and also to the Dutch community, because the Dutch community really are really nice, and they have actually very good player like MBR, Emission,
Mm-hmm.
Doom Domain, or
Mm-hmm.
Momi.
Mm-hmm.
When I played against them, of course, I think I really improved by playing them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my actual skill is a part of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so I really want to thank them as well.
We'll be very happy to hear that. Thank you, Mr. Luffy, for your time.
Yeah, thank you
I
very
wish you
much.
the best of luck in all the future tournaments you'll enter. I hope that you'll keep representing Rose, keep representing the European scene, and that you just stay on top of the game and stay on top of the rest. You've certainly earned your victory after all of those hard years of work and dedication.
Thank you very much for the interview, and I hope the best for you as well.
Thank you, Mr. Luffy. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
You win!